Let's turn this little bad boy on. Oh, no. Okay. No. This is on right. Hello and welcome to my channel. It's been a minute. I have been healing, releasing, attuning, and there is going to be a lot of changes coming up that I'm really excited about. This is where I'm going to be posting daily readings. And yeah, let's get into it. So I've already opened up a channel. I've already flipped the cards. Don't have the meanings yet or anything like that, but let's get into it. So what's coming in here first is balance. We are looking for balance, right? We are wanting the high guides are coming in talking about there is and this is what's coming in now. So balancing masculine, feminine, masking. That's interesting. Masking. Taking the masks off is what I'm hearing. Taking them off. So we are actually in a time, whoever I'm reading for, you're actually in a time of creating balance. And this is like big balance. This isn't like small time. If you can see, she's actually up high. She's very high, very much up. To me, that says big. Transformation. Birds can be a sign. Stargazing. There is something about stargazing coming through as well. So this time you're going to find that there is a lot of balance. There's a lot of a balancing act, because I mean, she looks like she's on a tightrope here, right? So balancing act, it's a balancing act, moving into the next level, the next chapter, the next phase, and it's a balancing act. It's a whole process. Okay, so where are we going next, Source? Where are we going next? Loss. This is, oh, interesting. I'm hearing grief. I'm hearing grieving. I'm hearing releasing grief, releasing grieving. There's a lot of heart space healing coming out right now. There's a lot of identity shifting, a lot of traits or characteristics in the personality. They are, you might find that there are certain characteristics that you used to have that you find you're coming out of, you are releasing. It's all a part of that shedding, right? Because we had the year of the snake, which is a lot of shedding, the year of the 9, karmic releasing, karmic cleaning, karmic cleansing. And there's a huge massive identity shift, and you may not be able to, or actually let's scratch that. Others are noticing it, others are sensing it, even if they might not see it, or even if they don't say it, they sense it, they see it, it's there, very much kind of in your face is what I'm hearing. This is great. And we're going here. The next card is growth. What I'm hearing here is there's been quite a bit of work done, right? Personal growth, inner growth, also growth that supports that next level vision, that next level support, that next level you know, that new, stepping into that new chapter. There's a lot of support here from the guides that is supporting that growth, really. I'm hearing conductive, conducive. So the guides are in the background and maybe even in the foreground for you, but there's a lot of growth here. There's a lot of, I'm even seeing the image of like fertile soil. So like that soil that's really rich and moist, it has all the nutrients in it. That is the point from which you've been planting seeds, that you continue to plant seeds, and you're going to continue to grow exponentially. So there's a lot of growth coming in. Again, I'm getting all of the stars. I'm getting stargazing. Like, there's so many stars in these cards. You just got stars and stars and stars, stars and stars, and stars, right? The next card here is, yeah, we're walking towards, like, through this growth and through the grieving process, the releasing process. There's a lot of closure coming in, right? We're talking about the year of the nine, the obviously we're in 2026, so it's a year one. However, in the Gregorian calendar, that's a bit of a time. That's a time matrix that it has a lot of distortions and kind of pulls you and almost binds you to a certain type of linear time rather than circular time or even multidimensional time is how I would call it. But there is a lot of closure here that's happening. A newfound confidence, a newfound radiance, and closing the chapter on an old version of you that's no longer accessible. You have done the work. Congratulations. That work is not easy all of the time, and a lot of people avoid it. So kudos to you, number one. The closure of chapters, the closure of, again, an old identity. And there are closure to, you know, certain relationships, I'm hearing certain tests that you felt like, or even perceived that you had in your life, certain tests, certain lessons that were tied to certain lessons here. So again, with that karmic wheel closing. And here's the thing about the karma. There is a thing happening as well, and take it or leave it. Take it if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. But as far as karma goes, as more and more of us do that karmic work, there is no more need to really subscribe to the idea of karma. Now, there are some of us that need to do that work, right? So please take it how it resonates. Please understand the context in which I'm speaking here. So listen to your own inner discernment, your own intuition as it pertains to this. Again, there are certain of us, there's some people, there's some folks that still need to work through those layers because it's going to bring certain epiphanies, right? Certain like massive internal shifts that are going to help the collective. Others of us don't have to. So again, take it as it resonates. Are we going this? Are we going here? Are we going here? This is the surprise yet. Okay, so all of this is for future success. Nature spirits are coming forward, bringing in the idea of success. There's a lot of work been done, a lot of internal work, a lot of alignment, a lot of attuning third eye, but like your inner vision. So there's a level of discernment here that's been cultivated and refined. There's a lot of growth that's happened here internally. And there's a lot of inner radiance that has been reclaimed and also cultivated from the inside. So going forward, as you close these old chapters, as you let this old identity go, as you move into that balance, there's a lot of success coming in. And success is your own idea of what that is. So I would ask you in this moment, what is your idea of success? What's your idea of success? What is your idea of success? What is your idea of success? What in the manifestation of it, or the releasing of it, or the attracting of it, the magnetizing of it, what feels like success to you? What does that look like? And I'm going to invite you to even, I would say, even journal. What are your ideas of success? Write down little things, little, even if it's just one word or small phrases of what that looks like, what that feels like. And I want you to get into the feeling of it rather than the mental idea or the mental conceptualization of what success is, because sometimes we can get trapped in the programming, right? The societal, cultural, ancestral, right? Programming of what we've been conditioned and programmed to believe that looks like. So it's more like filling into the heart. What does success feel like to you? Because you see, she's bearing fruit. When you're bearing fruit, you're successful. So what do those fruits of your labor look like? What do they feel like? Okay, so that's moving forward. Ooh, the joy guides are bringing a surprise. A surprise is on the horizon. Surprising is on the horizon is what I'm hearing. And it's meant to be very playful, very kind of cheeky. This is interesting because I'm hearing Pandora's box. However, different. Actually, it's more like the sense of, if you're here, you've been doing some work, right? And the idea of Pandora's box to me, as I'm speaking of it in this context, is we open that box, right? The shadows start coming out, and you start working with one shadow, and only to have that shadow, replaced by another one, and it just keeps coming out, right? And you just keep pulling out another shadow and another unconscious belief and another wound and another trauma and another emotional baggage, right? And you keep pulling, you keep pulling, you keep doing the work. You keep doing the work, you keep doing the work until that box, which we would label maybe Pandora's box, which maybe might have a negative context, it becomes the surprise. It becomes the miracle. It becomes the magic. Because you have been doing the work. You have been pulling out those shadows. You have been a transformational force, is what I hear. Working on these things, looking at these things. And now, Source, the universe, divine director, is bringing in the Pandora's surprise. Wow. That's cray cray. Yeah, I'm going to leave that there because that's what I'm hearing. This is going to be left for last. Okay, so this there is something in the past. All right. Oh, interesting. Interesting. There's okay. So in the past position, and usually I don't necessarily always read past, present, future, but in this is how it's coming forth. So I'm just going to read it like it's coming forth. So in the past, we had this card turned over and upside down of like wanting a new life, wanting, having this vision, having this dream for our life that became forgotten, became hidden, right? We hid it from ourselves due to trauma, due to, ancestral things in the ancestral lineage, right? Baggage, emotional baggage, limiting beliefs that we may have picked up from who knows where. There is this force to be reckoned with, is what I hear, inside of you that is now reawakening. This is beautiful. That is going to reseed, replant, and allow you to re-envision, or envision your life in a new way. Because it's always been there, right? She's pregnant, if you can see. She has this new idea. She's fertile with this idea, this new life. Again, and it's very, very tied to this success. You see the star on her third eye? Star on her third eye. Yes, 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 yes. So this new life, this thing that you buried a long time ago, it's actually deeply connected to that success. It's all coming in. It's all coming in. So what else is coming in? Wow, charity. Ooh, this is interesting. What is also coming in that was really connected to, I was actually hiding underneath this card over here, this new life card, is charity. And what I'm hearing for this is people pleasing, giving too much, over giving, over exerting, over explaining yourself. And this new, with the releasing of this old personality, this old identity, right? Because it's a whole system it's an invisible system that's built in or overlaid across your divine blueprint that comes in and says, right, it's just shit that we learn how to people please because we're so afraid of rocking the boat, of using our voice in an empowered way, for fear that we're going to get told go sit in the corner, or that we're going to get in trouble, that we're going to get punished, or that we might lose our belonging, right? We might lose our family. We might disconnect from our roots. So there's this old part of the identity that's that's connected to people pleasing, that it is releasing, it's letting go. New seeds that have been planted, going back to that idea of that rich nutrient dense soil that we've been planting in for a minute. And if you know, you know. If you're here, you're here. If it resonates, it resonates. This idea for that new life, this dreamy vision that we have inside that we might not have words for. We might not even have a practical vision for, but we can feel it, right? For my fellow sensitives, my fellow empaths, or my fellow clair, what is it? Clair, some people call it clair empath, but clairsentience. Those who may feel very deeply, but if you're like me, I don't always have words for those things. I know how it feels. I know how I want to feel. I don't know how that always practically looks like, right? But that feeling calls us into a deeper sense of vision. Let me just say this. There are things you have planted that you don't realize. They are coming back tenfold, is what I'm hearing. They're coming back tenfold. All the inner work that you've done, it has not been for naught. Yeah. All of the lessons you've learned through that work, it has not been for naught. Trust. It has been preparing you for this next level vision, this next level growth. And part of that is releasing the need to fucking please others over yourself. And I say that as someone who's had the same exact, I've had to work through those same exact patterns. And I still find myself from time to time working through the same patterns. Okay, well, I see myself doing a little people pleasing here. Ooh, all right, okay. I got you. I see you. But this people pleasing, there is something very interesting here because it's almost like I feel this flipping. It goes from people pleasing to feeling a deep internal alignment because you have learned how to please all these other people, right? I know what you need. I know what you want. I know how to contort myself to please this person and make them comfortable. But because you've become aware of all of those, the ways that you've contorted and pretzeled and just mangled your own self to make others happy, to make others comfortable, to not rock the boat, this turning of the tide, this turning of the tables, because you have been attuned to what others want and need, that same, because that's actually a superpower. You're just utilizing it in a way that's disempowering. But there's something in this card that's telling me, because you have learned those things and learned how to attune yourself very precisely to others, you're now utilizing that same superpower to tune into the versions of yourself, to your dreams, your vision, your desires, your alignment, what would make you happy, what would be gratifying, deeply, deeply fulfilling, impactful. Basically what your soul came here for. And so that people pleasing actually turns into being of high service and giving to others, right? Through that charity. I'm not the biggest fan of that word. However, I'm hearing to use that word. So there is this idea that people pleasing skill, super skill, is turning so that because if you've learned the lessons, if you know, right? It's one of those things. If you've learned the lessons, now you know how to use that same vision that you used to hone and focus laser-like precision on others and figuring out what they want. Now you're going to begin to figure out what you want. You're going to begin to figure out your own internal puzzle. This is actually big for my fellow empaths out there, my fellow people pleasers out there. Last card Last card. Ooh, 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 work. Work, 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 work. This, wow, this is beautiful. In the present moment, we have work. We have work. This is what's coming through. Continuing to do the work. But this isn't just any kind of work. This is alignment. This is aligned action. This is divinely guided, divinely inspired action. This isn't forced action. You see there's like a rainbow around there? It's alignment. It's divinely guided, divinely inspired. There's no force. Does nature force itself to grow? No. Nature just is. Nature just does what it does. That's going to be you. This inner clarity, right? These things that are being excavated and released once and for all through that karmic cycle, that karmic, I keep hearing the karmic wheel is turning. And then I hear the karmic wheel is turning off. So for those of you who resonate, you don't no longer need to subscribe to the idea of karma. However, remember, there are those who still need to work through their karmic lessons because there are lessons there that you need to go forward, okay? So take this as it resonates. But this current thing is divinely guided, divinely inspired action that's just going to magically grow, miraculously grow, miracles, abundance, magic, opportunities, people, like the right people. I'm not talking just about any people, the right people that you've been looking for. And if you know, you know, you've been looking for a minute, and you keep attracting the wrong people and attracting the wrong people. And you're like, what the F? What the fuck? This signifies to me effortless, easeful, aligned action. 1 second, there is another deck that wants to come in. What is that deck? 1 second. Can we put this on pause? I don't know. Can I put this on pause? I'm not sure. Let's see. No, it is. If I know it, I'll see it. If I see it, I'll know it. I swear there's one other. I'm actually hearing the Kipperish. That's so interesting. All right, let's find the Kipperish deck. So we're gonna do the Kipperish deck, right? All right, Spirit, Source, what do you have for us? What needs to be seen? What's going on here? Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. Oh, interesting. Okay. Oof, oof. Yeah, yeah. Okay. All right. All right. What I'm hearing is this is more this is going to be more confirmation for those of you who are listening or viewing. This is going to be more confirmation than anything. So if it doesn't resonate, don't take it, okay? If you're arguing in any kind of way, leave it for those who it's for. There's this and this touching the past. Okay. There have been past people who have wished you very, very, whew. And this can go either way because we got death magic coming up. So there's been people in the past that have very much, projected a lot of evil eye. And death magic we talking about karma. Yikes. And this could also be that you wished death on someone, when you were in an unhealed state. But this is more speaking to me of a past life that's being released. I'm getting like Salem witch trials. I'm getting a lot of very interesting, not so high vibrational energies around. I take it as it resonates, but I feel a lot of past life stuff. So as we're closing out the karmic wheel, this gets to go too. Those people get to go too. And don't be surprised if there are people that just kind of shift out or break up, or just all of a sudden, I'm just hearing a snap. All of a sudden I'm hearing a break. Okay, so again, let's see, the veil. Wow, we got the veil coming in. The veil there. Veil, veil, veil. You're moving back into that version of you as a kid could sense the things, see the things. To me, this feels like an opening, to be honest. This feels like a reopening, a reawakening of old gifts. Take that as it resonates. But also like walking in between the worlds, right? For someone here, you may be a medicine person, a medicine woman, a medicine man, a shaman, a mystic, right? A magical person, someone who walks in between the worlds and is here to bridge that gap for people, or be that bridge for people. This feels like new, old abilities reawakening. Okay, and then we have, okay, there is also, these are old stories. These are old stories. So this feels like love entanglements, like this is third party sitch, but this feels like love triangles. Places or circumstances that would come up that would cause a lot of confusion of, like, if you've ever felt like, I don't know who to pick, this person or this person. If it's not a clear choice, it's probably neither, number one. But there's this ending to that type of attraction. That's a point of attraction. Bringing two people in that don't really match, and you're like, there's not a clear winner. Not a clear winner, but like a clear choice. And there's a lot of stuff coming up in the throat chakra. So not being able to speak your truth about this, not being able to be fully even truthful with yourself. There's a lot of like, we're gonna do some codes for this here in a minute. But you're a sweetheart. You deserve the best. You deserve the one. Or if that's two or three, however many, girl, however many you want, sis, whatever that is, you're a sweetheart. You deserve to be clear. It doesn't matter if you want to be a throuple or you want to that type of thing. It's about being clear. It's about being clear of intention, clear of heart, or pure of heart is what I hear. And in alignment, right? But this interference, it feels like interference. It feels like static to me. This thing that causes confusion, especially in relationships, that is going bye-bye. Those old stories are stories of the past. That shit is going. We're going to do some things here, or we're going to do some light language here in a minute to help clear that out of your field. This is... Okay, so we have some false narratives that are currently still, it feels like it's still in the liminal space for us. So it might still be in the liminal space for you. It's like these false narratives. There's still some false narratives that you are working through, right? As we release that karmic wheel turns and we release the idea of needing to have karma, we're coming back into this balance. We're closing out all of those old timelines, that old identity. There is a false narrative that you keep telling yourself about you're unworthy, you don't deserve this. How could I ever have this? I'm not sure. There's this false narrative that you are currently, where is this at? It's currently in this space, and there is a reckoning coming with this. I'm hearing 3 days, 3 hours, 3 weeks. Okay, take that as it resonates. But there's this old false narrative you keep telling yourself about worth, about worthiness, about you being supported. That's falling away. That's going to be falling away very, very soon. And as that falls away, that goes to the past, right? And this is going to be you, single, sexy, and successful girl. This is, or whoever it is, however you identify, girl, boy, you know, whatever. But this is you. It doesn't have to be, you don't necessarily have to be a woman. That's this to me, this is coming across as feminine energy. That feminine energy is going to be allowed to shine, be allowed to fucking radiate her magnificence without being or feeling like she needs to contain herself. She needs to like dumb herself down or dim her light or make herself small. This is you, confident as fuck, being you unapologetically. And this is in moving forward. Well, it's now, right? And if you are actually anchoring this now, I feel the feet, I feel my roots. Okay. Yeah. This is what's being anchored now into the feminine energy, right? Again, we have endings. That feminine energy is releasing the old story. We ain't gonna go there anymore, girl. We ain't gonna go there. We don't need to go there. We don't need to tell ourselves the false narratives anymore. That shit's coming to an end. This is a whole new version of yourself. Nose itches. Right on the nose. This identity is not coming with you. This one is. Connected in your divinity. You know what you want. You know who you are. You know this is a frequency game. While others are stuck in the 3D, you're like, no, this is a frequency game. This is a game about frequency. How high can I vibrate? Not just how high. Consistently. Right? This is about being connected. This is about you anchoring in the full version of you, or a fuller version of you, a much more aligned version of you that's going to be able to sustain success, build wealth, build prosperity. I'm hearing generational wealth. This is good energy. Let's see if I think it's in the other one. I was going to grab you an angel card. Let's see. Where are the angel cards? Ooh, dragons. I think dragons are for another day. I'm trying to find the angel cards, guys. There they are. All right. Angel cards. I'm going to get an angel card for you. All right. So, angel cards is confirmation. Yes. Ooh. Oh, snap. Okay. I'm hearing to stop right there. Okay. Again, those are past ones. These are, so we got 0606, loyalty, responsibility, truth, love, light, spiritual growth, solutions. And I like to say solutions. Living with honesty and light every day is a powerful way to cultivate a peaceful and meaningful life. By embracing truth, you unlock solutions and comfort. Let go of worries, expressing your emotions. Let go of worries by expressing your emotions authentically and regularly. Open your heart to the future because the best is yet to come. And then that's 0606. We got 3333, social skills, renewal, positivity, confidence, charisma, growth, influence, and inspiration. If you're here, you know you know. The challenges you're facing today will eventually fade away. Your guardian angels are encouraging you to stay positive, as your luck may soon take a turn for the better. Now is the time to harness your magnetic energy and inspiring personality. Just be mindful not to let your ego take control. All right, these fell out in the past positions. Really interesting. We got 2002, the void. Empowerment, growth, friendship, relaxation, joy, openness, exploration, and balance. You have more control over your life than you realize. Pursue your interests and take action to transform your circumstances. Things will improve with time. You'll have plenty of opportunities to make new friends. So relax, have fun, and open up. Step outside, embrace the world around you. This also comes through as 2002, the year. This also feels like inner child, like allowing the inner child to remember that there is joy and friendship. It feels like there's been some wounds and experiences that the inner child has had around friendship and joy that is also stirring and bubbling in order to be released at this time, to release that old narrative. And the last one is 1919. Cycles, karma, transformation, balance, influence, power, cycles, change, renewal. I can't make this shit up. That's literally what we started with, was balance, cycles, closure, the karma wheel, right? Karma is approaching. Let go of the need to control, as you cannot force things to happen. Embrace the lessons life offers to prevent them from repeating in the future. Like I said, you need to have those lessons. Some of us need to have those karmic lessons because you might be, what is this called? The word I'm hearing is ambassador, but it's not meant to be as this, more like a steward. Think of a steward as, I'm a steward of this type of energy, right? If you've learned the karmic lessons, if you learn those things so that others can let go of the karma, you now act and embody at or are embodied as those lessons, and you teach others those lessons so that others don't have to have that karma. This is kind of what I'm hearing and sensing. So take it as it resonates, right? Not everybody has to go through those karmic things anymore. However, if you're watching this, you got to use your discernment. You know, don't try to get out of that karmic stuff just because you're like, ooh, that sounds good. This is about radical responsibility. I know for me, I need those lessons. I need to have the lessons consciously in me so that I can embody them and teach those lessons to others, to the younger generations, right? So make room for new experiences and positive transformations in your life. Okay. So with that, I'm just going to listen one more moment. I'm actually feeling to leave that there. So if you resonated with this, please feel free to hit the like button and subscribe. There are going to be daily messages here for the collectives that I'm reading for. I'm also going to be creating a lot more here on my channel. It's undergoing a huge transformation, just like me. And so if you resonate, please hit that like, subscribe, and I will see you next time.